for us in Canada, there's so many K-pop fans and you don't really realize it until you're like there at an event or like at a concert. And to see specifically Boy Next Door like so global, I think is fully due to the fact that they're just so relatable and like easy to just like.
Hi everyone, my name is Cece and this is Pod in the Verse. This is a fan-first podcast that explores everything about the music world. Episode by episode, we will dive deep into Weverse content, get to know other fans, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So let's start today's episode. Today, we're gonna talk about a very fresh, youthful group, and we've invited our special guests who are the dynamic duo behind the K-pop commentary world. So let's invite Lex and Kris. Woo!
Hi.
Hi, girls. Let's introduce yourselves a little bit to our viewers.
Hi, I'm Lex.
I'm Kris, and we are content creators that make content about K-pop. Our main platform is YouTube, but we are on all social media. But yeah, we do mainly reactions, but anything K-pop, Korea, we travel there, do vlogs, stuff like that.
And you guys are sisters, right?
Yes, I forgot to mention. Yes.
I love that. I love that you have the same shared love for K-pop. I wish me and my sister were like that too. But clearly, I think you guys have a stronger bond through K-pop too. So that's amazing.
Yeah, it was like we kind of got into it around the same time. I think I got into it first, and then like I showed her, and then like we both were just like immediately like, yeah, we like the same groups. Like, I don't know.
It's nice to have a mutual interest.
It is
someone really close to talk about it with all the time.
Yeah, that's so nice. And today we're going to talk about one of your favorite groups, which is BOYNEXTDOOR. Please talk to us about like how did you find out about BOYNEXTDOOR and what is it about BOYNEXTDOOR that you just love so much?
So when we first found out about BOYNEXTDOOR, Lex kind of dives a little bit more into K-hip hop, like Korean hip hop. So she knew Zico from just like listening to him.
Of course.
And then because we do reactions and she saw that like, oh, this group is Zico's group and he's going to come out with a group. And so we were like, okay. And immediately from like the first thing that we watched, like teasers. And then I think it was But I Like You. We watched that and immediately I was like, I love them. Like the sound, the song was just.
For people who don't know, Zico is originally an artist from another group, and then he became such a successful like artist from the group and also as a solo artist. And he's also a very successful producer. And so as a multi-talented person, he produced his own group called BOYNEXTDOOR, which debuted 2 years ago. He's like the father of BOYNEXTDOOR, basically. And so I think when I found out about BOYNEXTDOOR, I also knew them from Zico. And then I think seeing BOYNEXTDOOR, I can see a lot of like Zico's personality and colors in the group, which I think is like so interesting to see. And same as you guys, I think the hip hop sound is one of the first things that attracted me. And I see that you have the Cereal Box album behind you, which is like the iconic album that they have. And I love that branding that they had from the start. Like it was just so different than other groups and it just felt so fresh.
Yeah, immediately they were like super, like their concept was just so unique. And like, especially having Zico's background, I feel like it just made like everything was just like so perfectly aligned to make like such an interesting like pre-debut / debut. You know?
And I feel like right at the beginning, BOYNEXTDOOR just had this like very catchy and like they just drew you in and right away. And I feel like that was very unique of them, like especially with this album too.
Yeah,
like,
it was very fresh and like new, which was it's just intriguing, you know?
What about you, Kris? I know you mentioned a little bit about how Lex got into it. How about you?
For me, it was after, because she told me about the fact that Zico was going to be debuting a boy group. And so I immediately was like, okay, like I'm down. For me, I never really like fully got into them until I saw their debut or pre-debut, I think it was, music video. But my type of music that I enjoy listening to is very much like the kind of music they debuted with. And so since then, like I've just been like hooked. But it was I give credit to Lex. She definitely got me into them at first. And then when we watched we did a first reaction to them on our channel. That was my first impression of them. Both of us kind of, but she had seen a little bit more. I kept it like a blind reaction. But then, yeah, anything after that, I just like rabbit holed down, you know?
I love that. I think that's how they capture you, right? It's like it's like you get into them and then suddenly you fall deep into the whole fandom. You just become a one door immediately. I love that. And then I feel like we talked about this, right? Like their concept was just very fresh. But how did you see them kind of like mark their way in the fourth generation boy groups like differently, right? Because I think we do have a lot of groups that have been coming like out, like debuting. How do you think they're different than the rest of the bands?
Personally, like immediately when we first watched them, just felt that they were kind of doing something that I had not seen a fourth gen group do at that point. Like their concept to me was very fresh and unique, and the sound, especially, like I remember first hearing it and being like, this is crazy. Like I've never heard anything like, I don't know, of that genre from fourth gen groups. At least I can't recall, not me personally, you know, but like immediately you could kind of tell that they were all super close. Like their music video gave off just like best friends making music, like hanging out. Like it didn't seem like super produced either. Like it was just kind of like, it felt very natural. And I think that's what drew me to them. And like, yeah, their sound was just like so unique and fresh to me.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Like right away, they had such a personality. And I feel like even from their pre-release music video all the way until now, they show their personality a lot through their music videos. And I think that's what made them stand out a lot. But as well as like, obviously, their lighthearted, refreshing concept. It was a very different and unique concept that I don't think anyone has done really.
Yeah, and also really relatable. I feel like their like sound and like their lyrics are super relatable, especially as like when they debuted, I was very much like kind of the same age as them. So like both of us, but yeah. So it just kind of like felt super relatable to like us at that time as well.
Like, yeah, like you were able to really relate to that experience. I 100% agree with you. I would say the first thing that caught my attention was obviously that they're Zico's group. But the second thing was actually not even their music for me. It was their personalities. And I think it was like all over social media. Like, I think it's how authentic they feel. Just like you said, like the personalities really show in their music videos, but also there's so many clips of them just going around where they're just goofing with each other. And it just really feels like a group of best friends that just happen to be in the same like idol band. And I think that's kind of the vibe that I felt from the get-go. And I think that's kind of what brought me into this whole thing. It was kind of like because they're so authentic and it feels so real that you're just immediately drawn to that bond and that friendship that they have. And also, I think the third thing that caught my attention was how they always use like mics when they perform. And I forgot which member it was, but I think someone asked them this in the interview. It was like, so like, why do you guys always like perform live? And then the guys are just like, oh, because like we're artists, like we're supposed to perform live, like sing and dance at the same time. And I thought that was such a funny answer, but also I think it set a precedent that like they've trained for this, they're working hard for this, and like their expectations of what an artist is just like on that level. And so I think those are the three main things that I think set them differently from what like other groups in their generation are like.
Also think that their perspective on like an artist and everything also is like very influenced by the fact that they're owned or like created, I guess, by an artist who was an idol and like then was a soloist. Like I feel like you can really tell that like they are experienced or they have at least like a really good role model that like has been in the industry and like kind of taught them and, you know, and like guided them, you know.
And then I know we mentioned this a little bit, but you started liking them during the But I Like You era. And I feel like they kind of have this like storytelling thing going on with that kind of like youthful experience that you talked about. Talk to us a little bit more about that whole thing, about why you relate to them. Like, what is it about their messages that makes you be like, you know, like I'm going through the same thing?
Their first like 3 albums kind of follow like a storyline, and like you can see that with like the album titles and stuff too. They're all very like they relate to each other, and it's just kind of like the ups and downs of like being from a teenager to like a young adult and like that transition, something everybody experiences as they're transitioning, that like not knowing who you are, trying to figure out like balancing work, friends, social life, love, like just everything combined. And like the story that their trilogy follows is just, I feel like relatable, especially if you're growing up like with them, you know, like as they get older, like they're talking about like first breakups and like just dealing with life when like no one's teaching you how to do it. Like you're kind of just experiencing it, you know, and they're wanting you to relate to their music and like wanting you to like find comfort through them, because they're also going through a lot of what everyone around the world, a lot of their fans are probably also going through.
Yeah, I feel like it just shows the viewers just like how to navigate relationships, whether it's like friendships, romantic relationships, like anything like that. It just shows like the different phases of it, like how to deal with it as a young adult. And I just feel like it's just super relatable. Exactly like what you said.
I think it's But I Like You, and then One and Only came after, and then Serenade was after. And I think they all followed that centric theme of like relationships, like Lex said. And I think it's interesting because they kind of have like different vibes. Like the songs have a different like vibes to them, right? Like Serenade gives me a more like emotional, touching, like more romantic side of things. But then But I Like You feels a little bit more like straightforward, like, or like a little more rebellious. So I think that's why it's like interesting. Like they still followed that same theme, but in different perspectives. But at the end of the day, like they're all relatable to the viewers. And I honestly feel like these songs kind of relate to their main theme too as a group, which is kind of like the boy next door, right? Like they're supposed to be relatable. Like you're supposed to like kind of like have a crush on them too, right? Like we always talk about like the boy next door theme. And I remember that in some of the interviews, the guys had also said that their goal for their one doors, their fans, is that they want to be there with them as they grow up, and like they want to be remembered as like the symbol of youth. And so I thought that was very interesting.
I definitely think that they are, or at least like on their way of being like the symbol of like youth in K-pop, like you said.
I 100% think they're pretty much already there. Like they have that branding, that image for them already, I think.
Yeah, that like stereotypical like boy next door. I think that they definitely do that well.
And the fact that they're like authentic, goofy, funny, sweet, like they all embody that boy next door image. And also, it's crazy because they recently celebrated 2 years. And I can't believe it's been 2 years. I feel like they just debuted like a couple of months ago. So to think that like we have so many great songs already from them, feels like, wow, like they're not rookies anymore. Like they're not babies in this industry. They've been here for a while now.
Yeah, I remember like a couple months ago, actually, I was going through their complete discography, just like listening to it. And I was shocked by how much they had already. Like for me, I remember sitting down and like getting ready and like watching that first video when they came out and being like, oh my God, this group is like crazy. I need to learn their names. Like, and now I'm like, when I heard that it was 2 years,
it's crazy.
Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, in my head, I'm like, they just debuted. Like, what do you mean 2 years?
Time really flies. Like,
time goes by crazy so fast. Because it's also then been like almost around 2 years since we got into it. Like, that is crazy. Like, that, I don't know. That just like, it blew my mind when they had their 2 year anniversary.
I feel like when they said 2 years, I was like, it's not 1 year. It's two. Like, that's just truly.
Right. I was like, 1 year anniversary, great. No, this 2 years already. I was like, oh my gosh.
And they've also just recently, or this year, they've come up with No Genre, which is just like another step into their amazing discography. Tell us a little bit more about how you saw that evolution and that album.
Well, I find it super interesting that like every like comeback and every album or music video that they release, I feel like is, I don't know, they're so unique from one another. I feel like they don't sound like they're not the same. That's why I think No Genre is so cool, because I feel like all their music is kind of like dipping into different genres and different, like they're trying new things and they're super unique, but they all still have that like boy next door feel to them. But I personally think that's because of them, like themselves and the members and just how they are. But the new album, I absolutely loved. Like, I think that it's such a, I don't know, it's a very new, fresh side of them, which I enjoy, but it still has that like Boy Next Door like feel to it. And I just love that it still has that youthful, fresh concept, even though like they are reaching more like mature, I guess, like vibes, because like if with Dangerous, how they were like that whole vibe was just like dangerous, like go, you know, like disobeying, I guess. And then like going from like very like schoolboy kind of thing and but I like you to now like more mature concept. I just think it's so interesting. And I think this new album really reflects how they're growing as artists and it shows that off really well. And I think that especially in their title track, I Feel Good, I think it has like their voices just sound mature and more and different, unique. I think they're just trying new things and I really love that. I love to see it.
Yeah.
Still like silly and it's still a fun, like personality heavy music video, but I feel like it's just a little bit more dynamic, more production based, and you can definitely see they're growing as artists with their choreography, like the music video. But I really enjoyed it. Like the whole album each song has different genre, which I think is really cool. But the title track personally has a very like heavy beat in a way, more energy, and I really enjoyed it compared to like some of their older songs, you know. I just like the more
we
fun
have very
songs.
different like music tastes, which is funny because we like the same groups, but like I really love their like my favorite song off this new album is 12378. Like I really love like happy, like fresh, like you know, concepts. She really likes the like more heavier beat, like sharper, I guess, kind of like
the title track is your favorite.
I would say it's one of my favorites. Like I Feel Good and like Earth, Wind and Fire are definitely some of my favorite songs for them. And like Nice Guy,
for like mine, I would say mine are like But I Like You, Serenade. Like I like the more like love
softer beats
based ones. I feel like
yeah. But that's why you guys are sisters, but you know, like you will have different tastes, and that's why Boy Next Door is perfect because they have like different genres, right? So instead of no genre, it should have been called all genres, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
They can.
And then I think
every
and I think my favorite song was currently it's If I Say I Love You. So you know we all have different favorite songs, which is great.
Yeah, no matter who you are, you can find something in them that you like. Like I don't know. I feel like there's something there for everybody, and I think that's what makes them so special and unique. Like they try new things all the time, and I think that's really cool. 100%. And they pull it off. So.
And since we're talking about like their reach and how different people like different songs from them, how do you think that Boy Next Door has really expanded globally and internationally beyond the borders of Korea? Because I mean, you guys right now are in Canada, and then I'm in Mexico. But then I'm also Taiwanese, Argentinian. So, you know, there's a lot of different nationalities here. So seeing how Boy Next Door's music can resonate with different types of audiences is really interesting. I mean, obviously, K-pop has become so big in the past few years. But personally, as Wonders, how do you see Boy Next Door's impact globally and internationally?
Well, we recently actually just went to a like photo booth for them, and there was a couple people like there was a bunch of people there for them, like for that photo booth. And like I just think it's so interesting that like no matter where you are, like for us in Canada, there's so many K-pop fans, and you don't really realize it until you're like there like at an event or like at a concert. And to see specifically Boy Next Door like so global, I think is fully due to the fact that they're just so relatable and like easy to just like they're all they all have such different personalities from one another, but they get along so well. And they're like, especially I feel like I want to give credit to Jaeon because I feel like he always is going viral for like something
for the most random stuff.
Yeah, I know he's so like bubbly and energetic, and I think that every member is so different, so they kind of resonate with somebody, you know, like you have that member that you can relate to. And especially, I feel like a lot of their fan base, not all, but I think a lot of their fan base is more like young adults as well. So like there's like the relatability factor to them as well. But then again, their genres, like their music having so many genres to it is like, no matter who you are, I feel like you'd like them. Like my mom likes their music as well. So our mom, not mine, our mom likes their music. So I feel like there's something there for everybody, which I think makes them stand out and is unique and what makes people like them so much.
I do think they're growing. Like each comeback, they're growing bigger and bigger as a group. Like every single comeback that comes out, you do see more people talking about them online, on social media, like with all of their dance challenges. Like everyone's doing their challenges. Everyone's talking about their comebacks. Like I feel like you see it more and more progressing every comeback. And you can definitely see them growing as a group.
They always, I feel like, are going viral for something. Like
it's so true.
There wasn't their song, but there was that one song that's like, I'm in love with the boy next door. And they kept like using the audio and like everyone was making edits. Yeah. And everyone was making audios.
Was it I Need a Girl, right?
I think it was. I'm not 100% sure what the name was.
I think it was I Need a Girl by Taeyang and G-Dragon from Big Bang. And then Chaehyun did like a cover. Or I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but that song like recharted or something. But it's still stuck in my head, like, and Chaehyun's version too. But it's I don't know. They truly go viral for everything that they do.
Yeah, it's always something. Like now I feel like my entire For You page is just that like dance trend to 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Like it's all over my feed right now.
That's the trend right now.
Yeah, it's like it's every comeback they have something. And like for Earth, Wind and Fire, it was that like little rap part. Everyone was seeing if they could do it because I can't. It like I stumble over it all the time.
Didn't try. I wasn't gonna try.
Yeah, but like I saw everyone attempting that, and so yeah, they're always just like doing something, which I find is so fun.
And I think, I mean, Kris, I think you talked about a little bit, but I think the relatability, but also for me, it's like how it looks like they genuinely love what they do. And I think that's what attracts fans. I mean, obviously, I think idols do their job because they're truly passionate about it. But when I see Boy Next Door and their connection to fans, it just feels so real. And I think all the viral clips that go out is just them at fan signs, then interacting with fans. And it's always them like just having that genuine connection. And you can just see that in their eyes. Like whenever you see, like, for example, Chaehyun, whenever I see him like talking to fans, his eyes literally like shine like a puppy. And I'm like, wow, okay, like he truly adores like fans and he truly adores like what he does. And I think it makes me respect them even more for enjoying what they do 100%. I think that's how they also continue to expand themselves globally, because when one truly enjoys what they do, it shows, and then fans can really feel that. And I think that's how the fandom keeps expanding, right?
Yeah. Like you can really tell that they love what they do. They love performing and like all aspects of it too, because like they all love dancing. You can tell they all love singing and just like being fun, just being on stage in general. And I think that actually helps a lot with their stage presence. Like they have such an amazing stage presence because they just love what they're doing. And yeah, anytime I see them interacting with any Wondors, it's just like, it's so cute because they absolutely, like, you can tell that they're just like, it's very like grateful and very like appreciative of their fans, but also just like wanting to talk to them and wanting to like make a connection with their Wondors. I don't know. It's very special. I feel like they're really good at it. They're really, what's the word? Like they're just good at what they do. They love it.
Yes.
I feel like I was going to say as well, like there's a sort of closeness within the fandom with the members as well. And like with their personalities, their stage presence, you can really see their energy that they love to do their job.
Where it's like even if you've never like actually met them, like I've never met them or like spoken to them or even seen them live, but you can still feel that like appreciation and like love for like you like as a listener. Like you can tell that they're just like super appreciative of all of their fans, you know.
It really stands out in their performances.
I guess my last question is, what do you expect from them in the future? I know this is a hard question because they're so versatile, but what do you hope to see in the future from Boy Next Door?
Ooh, I would love to see like more. I feel like we kind of got like a little bit of it with I Feel Good, but I feel like a more rock concept would be really cool. I think they do really well at that. And I think they would have fun, like a lot of fun with it.
True.
That's me. But I also really like instrumental, like instrument music, like band music. So I think that'd be really interesting to hear like that kind of concept. And I think that they could do it. I think they could pull it off.
I was going to say rock as well, but to be a little bit different as well, I also, for their next comeback, I would love to see a more rebellious song. I already mentioned like Earth, Wind and Fire and I Feel Good. I really enjoy those ones. I'd love to see.
I would love something jazzy. Like what's that one song? You know, like that ending part for Lehan in what's the song
where he's
called?
singing with the glass of wine.
Wise men say, like that part. I forget the song name. Oh my god, I'm blanking. But that ending part, and something more jazzy. Like, yeah, I think they would suit that really well. I'm trying to think of the song name, but I'm forgetting.
I'm also hoping for like a world tour in the future.
Yes.
I'd love to see
I would love
for
them
sure.
to
I think with the popularity that they have, it will happen sooner or later. It will happen.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing just a little bit. I feel like the conversation went by so fast because it was just us fangirling and just talking about like the unique concept that they have. But we're gonna move on to our next section called the Weverse Wrap Up. During the Weverse Wrap-Up section, we talk about what has been happening in the K-pop world, in the Weverse world this week. And so I'm going to share some of my highlights. My first highlight is that Weverse is hosting fan events for Jin, who's on tour right now, both in Dallas and Tampa. So if you want more information, I believe that the Dallas is an arcade game bar and Tampa is an army night market. So for more information, please check it out on Weverse.
That sounds cool.
I know. And then I think Jin is having like his moment right now, but I know that the BTS guys have already just all come back from the army. So we're already excited to see what they do next now, right? So very exciting.
I saw like during like all of their solo music while they were gone. I'm so excited to see them like come back together now and see what they're gonna do.
And then our next highlight is that Katsai hit 1 million on Weverse, which is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Congratulations, girls. I feel like they're also just a 1-year-old group. So I think seeing that like big growth that they've had this past year with all the iconic songs that they've had is just crazy.
Yeah, they're also a group that's always trending. Like,
their last song.
I always hear them.
And that has been the Weverse Wrap-Up. Moving on to the Fan Zone section. In today's section, we're going to be playing a game called Who's at the Door? And basically, we're going to be talking about like who fits the scenario the most from the band. And so I'm going to give you guys some prompts. And please join us in this game and leave your comments. So my first question is, who from Boy Next Door is most likely to make you laugh when you're having a bad day?
Ooh. 100% Jaehyun.
Now, I was going to say immediately, I am thinking Jaehyun. I think to make me laugh. Yeah, Jaehyun.
Yeah.
I was going to say like someone who's like very comforting. I was going to say Lehan, but it said laugh. So laughing specifically, I think Jaehyun.
Yeah. So like, tell jokes, make you laugh, and you'll just forget that you're even sad or having like a bad day,
Yeah.
I was thinking of Eunhak too, because he can be goofy sometimes, right?
I'm
thinking that if you crying, I'm debating whether Jaehyun would just cry with you too. Because
I thought about that.
He's such an F, right?
Yeah. But I also just think of all the times that he like when they won, obviously when they've won stages and stuff, but like I feel like he's cried quite a bit. But like so I feel like he might like, but that might also make you like laugh because he's like crying with you. But also Woonhak, no, he would be my. Those are my top. Those are my two.
Okay. I'm glad we agree. Okay. Next question: who would you want as your prom date?
I'm gonna probably be biased and say Lehan, but I also just think that I would get along. Like I feel like Lehan would be very like charming, and I feel like he would want to do it. Like I feel like he'd be like, yeah, I'll come to prom.
My answer is a little bit biased too, obviously because he's my bias, but Taesun. And I think just because I love his style, so I feel like he'll have like a really good outfit and just like
good outfit, yeah.
Prom. It would be like
a good looking duo, like he would
best outfit,
he would outshine.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Both were gonna be my answer, but I had like a little bit of like I was like thinking about it because I was like, if I take Lehan to prom, I feel like he wouldn't stop talking about his fish. And then it would just be like please, like
he can talk to me about his fish. It's fine.
Talk to me about something else. And he'd just be like, yeah, like the fish. And be like, oh my God. And then I was thinking, okay, Taesun. But then Taesun is an I, so I'm like, would he be extroverted enough to like talk to like my friends? But I guess at the same time, it's like it doesn't matter if he's my prom date, right?
Yeah,
I'm an introvert too.
yeah,
so
she's
that's
also
all
an
right.
I.
no way.
So
Oh,
that's why I think I'd be like Lehan for me because I'm an E. So I think
Yeah.
that like it would work. I could get him to talk about something other than his Finnish.
okay. How about all 6 of them? That would be an entourage.
A group.
That
Yeah,
would be
that'd
a
great.
big
That could be an
flex.
answer.
That'd be a flex, but that would also be chaos.
That true. They kick all of us out from prom.
We'd all get escorted out. Like, okay.
Okay, great. Well, next question. Who's most likely to steal the spotlight in a dance battle?
Oh, I have 2 immediate answers.
You go first.
Ryu or Woonhak immediately. Or my third would be Jaeon because I feel like he would just want to do it. He'd be like, I'm going to. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we've answered Jaeon almost.
I was gonna say Rue as well. I just feel like he's such a good dancer. Like no matter what I were to do, you know, he's just gonna
Against me, all of them.
And I think anyone.
No,
like, he
we're not in
no.
this dance battle. We're
Okay,
not in
I was
this
gonna
dance
say,
battle.
There's no competition. But yeah, for me, it's definitely Woonhak and Ryu.
I feel like we're on the same wavelength because I was also thinking to you. Like, we're literally just thinking of the same people. I swear, for our viewers, this is not pre-planned. Like, this is just our raw and honest answers.
Yeah, I'm shocked that we're agreeing.
I know. Okay, next one. Oh, this one's hard. Who would you trust to plan your birthday party?
I have an answer. So mine would be Lehan and Sungho. But because Lehan, I feel like, is so detailed oriented and he would do everything very specific. Like, I don't know. I feel like back to his fish. I feel like when he takes care of his fish, like he knows everything about it. He's so precise about it. And then Sungho, he's also a Virgo like me. So I feel like he would do it the way I wanted it to be. You know, like we'd be both Virgos. So I feel like I can
That, like,
relate to that.
Yeah, that zodiac sign.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be done the way I would have it envisioned.
I personally also was gonna say Sungho, but I just feel like he has a lot of like care and like I feel like I think he would put his all into it. I also was I don't want to pick the same people, but I was also gonna say Lehan, but I just think that like for the same reasons, I think that he's very like I don't know. I feel like they're both very like members who pay attention. They listen really well, and they're very like attention to detail, and I think that they show that like they would show that they care and like they would have little things that like no one else would have known, but like they know because they like know you and they listen to you. I don't know. I just feel like that's very them.
This is not pre-planned. But I also was thinking of Sungho. I swear that I thought of this before. I swear I'm not copying your answer. Right? And it's like, and he's smart. He's like, he has so much love and care for his members. So I'm like, he'd be perfect. So
right.
I swear I'm not copying your answer.
I know. I'm getting like flustered because I'm like, we're doing the same answers. I swear. Like this. Yeah.
Okay. Well, last one. Who gives the best boy next door vibes?
I feel like we're all gonna agree on this.
Okay,
one.
we'll see. You go
But
first.
we'll see.
Should we say it? Should we say it at the same time?
Okay.
Sure.
we
Oh my
can.
God. Okay, wait. I'm like debating now. Okay.
I know.
Let's-
I'm like,
If we don't have the same ones, it's gonna be funny. But I feel like
That
we
is
will.
totally fine if we don't have the same one. Okay. Let's do a countdown and then we'll say the answer at the same time. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Really?
Chaehyun.
oh,
different ones.
Great.
oh my
Okay.
God.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I expected us to have similar answer again.
That's good that we all have different answers because it looks like we were planning this all along.
Yeah.
Let's explain it a little bit. I think for me, it's just because Chaehyun is the leader. So when I think of Boy Next Door, then I'm just like, oh, like the figurehead. But honestly, I think all of them fit the vibe in a different way.
Yeah.
And
I
I
agree.
think if any of them were my neighbors, I would like any of them, all of them. So it's very real that any of them like are a Boy Next Door vibe. But what about you?
Definitely. I personally said Ryu because I feel like he would be the type where it's like he's just like kind of quiet and like you wouldn't really like he has that like mysteriousness to it, like that is like the neighbor vibe. And then like once you get to know him, then you get that like really nice, silly, fun personality. So I feel like he has that like kind of, you know, like quiet. You would like be intrigued when you first see him like walk outside or something. That's what I got. But like Jaehyun, okay, I almost said Jaehyun, but I thought more for him, like he seems like somebody that you would be like, you would meet at like school and be friends with. That's what I got.
I do agree with both answers. For me, I said Woonhak though. I feel like he just has that really soft look, like very cutesy.
Very boyish, you know?
Yeah, like youthful, refreshing kind of look. And I don't know, I feel like he just gives that vibe the most. I honestly don't know. Like, that's the best explanation I can get for that. But yeah, that's my answer.
No, there is no right answer because they all give Boy Next Door vibes. But
literally,
all explanations work.
No, literally, I think hearing you guys' explanation, I'm like, yes, I agree. I also would give that answer, but because we only had to choose one. But as we said, like literally all of them give that vibe. I mean, all of them are Boy Next Door, so.
Exactly. Like I had two answers like planned, like not planned, but like when you said the question, I had two answers that were like immediately in my head. But to narrow it down, I picked Ryu. Yeah. But my other answer was going to be Sungho, so it still wasn't the same.
Oh.
That's a good answer.
We're still on the same wavelength. I love that. I love. See, we said that One Doors are very united and very close. So I think we've shown our bond through this game.
Honestly, yeah, and I also feel like it also shows how like unique all the members are because all of them, I feel like they suited the prompts, but for different reasons.
Exactly.
Yes, they have such strong personalities. So I feel like that's why we had similar answers.
Exactly.
Like, as soon as you said the prompt, like you just have that answer right away.
You have a clear image.
I think
I'm curious other people's replies to that. Because I'm wondering if we are just like us three on something together or if everyone agrees.
Well, for our viewers, please let us know in the comments what your answers are. Please prove us wrong too. I mean, you know, or don't prove us wrong and agree with us. Yes, but thank you so much for playing the Fan Zone. And I think we had such a great conversation. The time went by so fast. But for our viewers who want to get to know Pod in the Verse more, here's a QR code for you to get to know us. We also have a Spanish version available called Todo en el Verso. If you want to know more about that, check us out. And Lex and Kris, please let us know how we can find you.
So we are just at Lex and Kris on any social media. Our main platform is YouTube, but we also have Instagram and TikTok. We also have our own personal Instagrams, but they're all linked in our bios and stuff as well. But yeah, our main platform is YouTube. And if you want to come check us out on there.
I love that. And I just wanted to truly, again, say thank you so much for being here on the show. Thank you for phoning in from Canada. We're just showing how international and global we all are. But thank you so much for taking the time. And is there any last parting words you want to say?
Thank you so much for having us. It was so much fun to talk about Boy Next Door because it's really like they're really a group that I love. They are one of my favorite groups. And like, it felt so like just fun and natural to just be able to talk about them for almost an hour. Like time really did go by really fast.
It was such a fun segment.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. And let's say bye to our viewers. This is Cece.
This is Lex.
And this is Kris.
And this was Pod in the Verse. Thank you so much.